हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज ब्रीदिंग एंड एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस का पार्ट थर्ड है और आज चैप्टर कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। देन ब्लड फ्लूइड एंड सर्कुलेशन पढ़ेंगे। दिस चैप्टर ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ गैसेस। Blood is the medium of transport for O2 and CO2. About 97% of O2 is transported by RBCs in the blood. The remaining 3% of O2 is carried in a dissolved state through the plasma. Nearly 20 to 25% of CO2 is transported by RBCs, whereas 70% of it carried as bicarbonate. About 7% of CO2 is carried in a dissolved state through plasma. Transport of oxygen. Hemoglobin plus 4O2 in alveoli. Hemoglobin 4 and O8. Number first, as much oxygen comes in the blood from air, it is approximately 3% dissolved in the blood plasma. Remaining 97% oxygen combine with hemoglobin to form oxyhemoglobin. O2 can bind with hemoglobin in a reversible manner to form oxyhemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a red-colored iron-containing pigment present in the RBC. Hemoglobin is made up of 4 units. Each unit has 1 iron in +2 state. Each hemoglobin molecule can carry a maximum of 4 molecules of O2. 1 gram of hemoglobin transport 1.34 ml of oxygen. 100 ml of blood contains normally 15 gram of hemoglobin. So 100 ml blood transport approximately 20 ml of oxygen. In a conducting cycle, blood gives its 25% O2 to tissue. So every 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver around 5 ml of O2 to tissue under normal physiological condition. Binding of oxygen with the hemoglobin is primarily related to partial pressure of O2, but PCO2, hydrogen ion concentration and temperature are the other factors which can interfere with this binding. Oxygen does not oxidize hemoglobin. Formation of oxyhemoglobin is a process of oxygenation. The valency of iron is 2 in oxyhemoglobin. Some gases, for example ozone, oxidize hemoglobin. This oxidized hemoglobin is called methemohemoglobin. This type of gases are environmental pollutant. At the time oxyhemoglobin reaches up to the tissue, it dissociates O2 freed from it goes into the tissue fluid, form blood. In place of it, CO2 from tissue fluid comes into blood. Gaseous exchange between blood and tissue is called internal respiration or tissue respiration. It is also done by simple diffusion. Oxygen dissociation curve. Number first, a graph is plotted between O2's concentration and percentage saturation of hemoglobin with this curve is called dissociation curve. Number two, dissociation curve is sigmoid shape. Number third, this curve is highly useful in study the effect of factor like PCO2 H plus concentration temperature on binding of O2 with hemoglobin. Shift to left means that increase in affinity between O2 and hemoglobin. Shift to right means that decrease in affinity between O2 and hemoglobin. And dissociation of oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve. In tissue, following conditions are favorable for dissociation of oxygen from oxyhemoglobin. Number first, low PO2, high PCO2, high H plus concentration, low pH, higher temperature. In the alveoli, high PO2, low PCO2, larger H plus concentration and lower temperature factors are favorable for the formation of oxyhemoglobin. Transport of carbon dioxide. The blood transports carbon dioxide comparatively easily because of its higher solubility. There are 3 ways of transport of carbon dioxide. Number first, in dissolved state, approximately 5 to 7% of carbon dioxide is transported between dissolved in the plasma of blood. A carboaminohemoglobin about 20 to 25% CO2 react with the amine group of hemoglobin and form carbinohemoglobin. Number C. In the form of bicarbonate, bulk of CO2 is transported by plasma as bicarbonate. Carbon dioxide produced by the tissue diffuse in the RBC where it reacts with water to form carbonic acid. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme carbonic anhydrase. RBCs contain a very high concentration of this enzyme and minute quantity is present in plasma too. Now carbonic acid dissociates into hydrogen H plus and bicarbonate HCO3 minus ions. The hydrogen ion H plus released from carbonic acid combine with hemoglobin and form hemoglobic acid. The majority of bicarbonate ions formed within the erythrocytes diffuse out into the plasma along a concentration gradient in the plasma. Bicarbonate combine with Na plus and from sodium bicarbonate. Nearly 70% CO2 transport by plasma as NaHCO3 form. In response of bicarbonate, chlorides ions diffuse from plasma into the erythrocytes to maintain the ionic balance. Thus, electrochemical neutrality is maintained. This is called chloride shift or Hamburger phenomenon. (77% CO2 in 23% CO2 in). When the deoxygenated blood reaches the alveoli of the lung, then carboaminohemoglobin and sodium bicarbonate dissociated because PCO2 is low and pressure of 40 is high in the alveoli. This dissociation is stimulated by oxyhemoglobin. This CO2 freed from blood goes into atmosphere. The effect of hemoglobin on the dissociation of these compounds is known as Halden effect. In this reaction, oxyhemoglobin acts like a strong acid. For example, it frees H plus in the medium. Every 100 ml deoxygenated blood delivers around 4 ml carbon dioxide to alveoli. Regulation of respiration. Human beings have a significant ability to maintain and moderate the respiratory rhythm to suit the demand of the body tissue. This is done by neural system. The respiratory rhythm center in the medulla is primarily responsible for this regulation. Flowing respiratory group regulate respiration. The dorsal respiratory group is present in the dorsal portion of medulla oblongata. The signals from these neurons generate the basic respiratory rhythm. The nervous signal released from this group is transmitted to the diaphragm and external intercostal muscles. Number 2, the ventral respiratory group of neurons are located anterolateral to the dorsal respiratory group. During normal respiration, this remains inactive. In the enhanced respiratory drive, the respiratory signal of this group contribute to fulfill the demand by regulating both inspiration and expiration. Few of the neurons of this group control inspiration while few other control expiration, thus regulating both. Number 3, the pneumotoxic center is located on pons. It is called switch off point of inspiration. Neural signal from this center can reduce the duration of inspiration and thereby alter the respiratory rate. When this center sends a strong signal, then lungs are filled partially. Hearing Breuer reflex arc. In the walls of terminal bronchioles and arteries, stretch receptors are present, which are normally inactive, but they become active when alveoli are filled with maximum air. The hearing Breuer reflex arc now becomes activated and send inhibitory signals to the inspiratory center to switch off inspiration. This prevents the alveoli from overstretching and bursting. Thus, hearing A reflex arc is a protective reflex which work only when normal mechanism of switch off of inspiration does not work timely due to any reason. A chemosensitive area is situated adjacent to the rhythm center, which is highly sensitive to CO2 and hydrogen ions. Increase in the substances can activate this center, which in turn can signal the rhythm center and increase breathing rate. The role of oxygen in the regulation of respiratory rhythm is quite insignificant. Aortic body and carotid body are chemoreceptors associated with aortic arc and carotid artery. They also can recognize change in CO2 and H plus concentration. The activity of respiratory center is also affected by body temperature and blood pressure. Whenever body temperature is increased or blood pressure goes high, respiratory center becomes more activated and this increases the respiration rate. Regulation of respiration. Humans have significant ability to maintain and moderate the respiratory rhythm with the help of neural system. Cerebellum, pons, medulla, pneumotoxic center, chemosensitive area, central chemoreceptors, dorsal respiratory group, ventral respiratory group. Respiratory disorders. Number first, asthma. Asthma is a difficulty in breathing causing wheezing due to inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles. Number two, bronchitis is a disorder of bronchi in which there is regular swelling and itching of bronchi and is characterized by regular coughing. Number third, emphysema is a chronic disorder in which alveolar valves are damaged, due to which respiratory surface is decreased. One of the major cause of this is cigarette smoking. Number four, occupational respiratory disorders. In certain industries, especially those involving grinding or stone breaking, so much dust is produced that the defense mechanism of the body cannot fully cope with the situation. Long exposure can give rise to inflammation, leading to fibrosis, proliferation of fibrous tissue, and thus causing serious lung damage. Workers in such industries should wear protective masks. Number fifth, rhinitis, inflammation of nasal tract.